What's good, friends and family? Mr. Flip Flop here with another informative video updating you guys on what you need to know in your current travels. Now, what I need you to do right now is like, share, and subscribe to the video. Hit that notification bell so you know when I got videos coming out, and stay tuned for the information I'm about to give you. So I'm hoping that all you guys are subscribed to the channel. You definitely liked this video before we even got started. Now, I'm making this video because in the last 3 days, there has been so much info being blurted out, so many changes in information. I decided to give you guys information that I received, combining all this other information with information of authorities that I've spoken to. But let me give you guys a quick update on something. By the time you see this video, Classicos, yes, Classicos will be open by the time you watch this video. I've confirmed it with management that they are opening right now by the time you're watching this video. So you guys go, I need Classico, I need Classico. It is open. Okay, so what was released in the past couple of days, once the curfew has been ended, there's no more curfew, there's no more state of emergency in Dominican Republic. But what they said was they wanted Dominicans to have their vaccination card of 2 doses to go into all establishments. 2 days later, they changed it to 1 dose. As long as a person has 1 dose, they can get into the establishments. Now, what this reminds me of is what America did, where Biden made the rule of quarantine, but there was no real way to quarantine it. I'm trying to break it down for you if it makes sense. So there's no law stating you have to show your card. But what they want is the locals to show proof of vaccination. At least 1 dose. Went from 2 doses, now it's changed to at least 1 dose. The exact plan is to get the whole country at least to 70% vaccination. At the moment, it's about 60% 1 dose in the whole country. They want it to be 70% 2 doses the entire country. So that's what the country wants. So that's the reason for all these things changing day in, day out. So then people said, well, what about tourists? Well, at first they said tourists do not need to show vaccination cards to come into the country. That's number one. That's flat. That's the one thing we can say for sure. Tourists do not need to show negative PCR tests or vaccination cards to get into Dominican Republic. Now, will you get asked at the airport? I told you guys a million times. They do random checks at the airport, but it is not mandatory to come into the country. So then you probably heard, well, then they said tourists will not have to show vaccination cards to go into establishments like the Dominicans. That was one press release. And then 7 hours later, the next press release was, yes, tourists will have to show their cards to go into establishments. So as things always happen here, they change and change based on who is giving the information, based on who is beefing and complaining, because right now the whole vaccination card topic is going to court. They are in court fighting it because without a state of emergency, it is actually illegal to force people to show their vaccination cards to enter establishments. So what they did was certain banks, I know Ban Reserve being one, I believe Banco Popular, they said they will not allow people inside without vaccination cards. Certain movie theaters, certain supermarkets are doing the same. La Serena hasn't made that announcement yet, but I expect they will. So as you see right now, what it is for us tourists is that it's still up in the air. I was told you don't have to check for vaccinations. Police can't stop you. Even it was just in the news, the police can't stop even Dominicans asking for vaccination cards. Basically, it's more of a suggestion like we've been dealing with all this time. Hey, you got your vaccination card? If you say no, I can't stop you from coming in the establishment unless I make it that rule at the door. So just so you guys know, this stuff has been changing for the past 3 days. And today alone, it changed 3 times. So right now, as it stands, I'm being told that tourists do not need their vaccination cards, but it won't hurt to have it on you, or photocopy, or in your phone, digital, whatever the case may be. But a lot of people are worried about it. Listen, it's for the population of the Dominican Republic. They keep changing the rules because businesses are getting upset, saying, hey, what's going on? I've been told that right now, there's really no way to enforce it. The people that are going around to enforce that businesses are checking, they cannot close the business. The police cannot close the business. This is not actually a law. It's a recommendation on health restrictions. So it sets you guys at ease. No, you do not need a vaccination to come to the country, but it's up in the air whether you need a vaccination to go into a business or not. Banks so far have said, yes, you do. Certain businesses have said, yes, you do. That's all I can tell you at this moment. But it is not law. No one can force you to show your vaccination card. That's all I can tell you at this moment is the proper information. I don't care what everybody else is talking about. I'm giving you the facts that I have in my phone, people I'm speaking to, and the 3 press releases of today, just of this date, released, where they go back and forth and they change it. One says you don't need to, tourists don't need to show the vaccination. One says tourists do need to show vaccination. Other one says tourists don't need to show anything. So it keeps changing. But as I said, guys, go enjoy your trip. Don't worry about it. There's no more curfew. Everything's wide open.